Uncanny Letter by Walter Bowne. Something weird happened. I was on the boat at Harbor North Marina on the Delaware and Chesapeake Canal. This was during a warm night, well after midnight. A big green fan was competing against the crickets through the screen windows. I didn't understand, and Dad didn't either. On the dinette sofa, my brother had been sleeping next to me. My mom and sister were asleep in the front berth. That's where Dad had been. My sister was always in between the two. Had he been crying? I didn't see my dad much, but I never saw him cry. He told me, "Don't tell anyone. It's our secret." Dad was able to open the doors without dropping me or waking anyone. By this time, I was awake on the deck. He worked as a printer at some place French sounding like do. It was in another state, and he had to cross the river, and he was at work when I got home from school. By the time I was looking at the moon in bed, he was home. We kept missing each other. During the week, my mom kissed me goodnight, but this was a weekend during the summer, and I knew something was weird. "Dad, I was sleeping. Can I talk to you?" During the summer, we would anchor at Belly Button Beach and Vesey Cove on the Chesapeake Bay. After jumping from the Fly Bridge, I swam to the beach. We would make campfires on the beach, and we needed to talk. He climbed up the ladder. I followed. The weirdness stopped briefly when he laughed at my Star Wars pajamas. Didn't he know I still wore them? And what was this all about? My dad thought this was some joke, someone from work. What was in his hand? My mom said he was paranoid, when you thought someone was out to get you and something bad will happen. "Bad things do happen," I said, but my dad took pills. Could I take pills too? I was not paranoid, but I was too young, but what did she know? Was this a bedtime story, Dad? He sat me straight on the white vinyl two-seater and rubbed my blonde hair, calling me a little towhead because my hair was very blonde. He also called me first mate. From the bow, I watched out for the driftwood, and I knew how to tie lines like a real boatman. What was wrong, though? He found a letter for me under his pillow. What? For me? I didn't write any letter, Dad, and I sure as hell wouldn't place it under your pillow, like some letter fairy. If I had anything to tell him, I would tell him, like a man, I guess. No, it wasn't for me now, in the present. It was a letter from me in the future, he said. Was there something mentally wrong with Dad? Maybe Mom wasn't wrong. Maybe Dad was more than just paranoid. Was he going crazy? Or was I dreaming in craziness? The letter was dated 2022? Was I playing a joke? Did I use a dictionary? Change my handwriting? Did his coworkers put me up to this? Did I make up names from the letter like the internet and smartphones? How could it be from me? How many years was that? I can't do math like in my head, but that was like 50 years in the future? No, he said, counting on his fingers. 45 years. This is crazy. I promise, Dad. I didn't write anything. I don't even like writing. You've seen my grades. Does Mom know about this? The moon showed his tense face. "Dad, can you read me the letter?" 4/11/2022. Dear Dad, I've been thinking a lot about you. I usually do, even if weeks, months go by. I've been trying to call, but I have not been able to leave a message. I wish you had a smartphone that worked or the internet. Maybe I have moved further away too, not physically, but mentally and psychologically. This letter seemed the quickest way to communicate. I wish I had an address, as I know you have moved closer to the shore. I know the location of the boat, though, and I know you still go there for peace and quiet. That makes sense. Not sure how you will take this. Hope it doesn't seem like I'm dumping a boatload of stuff on you from out of nowhere. Where has the time gone, right? I'm thinking about how difficult this must be for you, alone, taking care of Judy. I know how ill she is and how it all is on you, and you always treated women in your life with such care. My wife says that too. Perhaps too much. Sensitive souls like us can be easily bruised. I'm here, Dad, thinking of you. I'm not sure if you know my moderate success as a writer. I hope someday to continue the printing tradition, but as a writer, We always did crazy things, like cooking with beer and splitting a half-gallon of ice cream 4 ways when you had us on the weekends. I was not an easy kid, Dad. I made life difficult. Life was difficult for you after the divorce, and all the stuff you and Mom told me about each other was not easy to take as a young man who didn't even know himself. You had a temper, I had a temper, and I was angry at things out of my control. I fought too much with my siblings, your girlfriends, and with you. I needed a father at home, but that was not your decision. I was awful at being the de facto father at 12. Most dads would not take the time after divorce, but you did, Dad. And I have fond memories as a child with you on the boat, making that fort in the backyard with the "No Girls Allowed" sign, sledding on that huge hill in Delaware by the DuPont factory, ordering room service Sundays at that hotel in New York with that one lady you were dating. What was her name? Vera? And you made that coaster derby where I won second place. Yeah, I may have almost died on Cooper Road on that huge hill, lol, but you didn't have to do any of that, Dad. You know, I got many fine qualities from you. Your humor, your love of life, your sense of play, and your sensitive and patient nature. I know you did not receive much love in your life with your mom and sister dying young, and I know my pop-pop was very bad and kept you from having a life and friends. Or, like me, you just wanted someone to love you forever, and so you always did things for the people you loved, hoping such love would be guaranteed. But there are no such things, sadly. I'm sorry for asking you every month for child support. That wasn't my role. I was your son. I was just doing what I was told, and I'm sorry for asking you if you were off your meds. I'm on medication now for anxiety and depression and overfocused ADHD. And I know how much better I am, especially with therapy and with a supportive and loving wife. I love how much you made her feel like part of the family, which could even use more miracle or Gorilla Glue, right? We just do the best we can, Dad. We have many faults, but why discuss that? We can laugh at those faults later or explain them to God if needed at the gates. I am proud to be a Walter, a great name like yours. It means brave warrior, and I see us as that. I could write more, but I will save those memories for later and confess some secrets, like when I tossed coins in your yard that I stole from your bedroom and used the metal detector you bought me to steal from you. You thought I was just finding a lot of money in the yard. I owe you a few dollars. What's the compounded interest over 40 years? I hope you're holding up. I love to come down and visit. What are you planning on doing with the boat? I know it hasn't been in the water for years. It's been so long in the boneyard. I do miss our adventures. It's uncanny how much I recall. Like I'm on the boat right now with you. Life is hard, Dad. But we need to play the hand the best we can before we cash out, right? I'm 53 and very happily married. I'll be retiring soon, but moving on with another career. I'm working on a new novel. My daughters are women now, and I love them very much. I see so much of them in you. Hope to talk soon, in person. Love, Walter. Is that really me in the future? I think so. It doesn't make any sense. None at all, but you know so much, you, in this letter. What does uncanny mean? I wrote, my old self wrote that. I'm not sure, maybe something about being weird. I wrote that I felt like I was with you, like I am now. Dad just nodded and cried. He told me about what my mom had told him. She wanted a divorce. And here arrives this letter from the future. I was one to hold my mother as if my grip on her would keep the universe from pulling her through the black hole. But there on the fly bridge, with just the moon and the stars as witnesses, I held on to my father just as tightly, hoping to learn something about strength that would make the future a little less painful for us all. With the first glimmer of the morning over the pitch pines and the red dunes with exposed roots and timber, my dad allowed my letter to catch a sudden breeze. I was shocked, upset. After all, that was me on that paper. A father, a husband, a writer. My letter sailed like a gull into the darkness of the morning. It's okay, he said. I'll read that again at some time in the future. Looks like I will live long. After all, to think I wanted to die. But not right now. Let me just hug you for caring so much. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you can subscribe, that would be great. I'll be forever in your debt. Well, that's a little extreme, but anyway. Cheers and take care. And if you're interested, I also have this as a book collection. So that's going to be coming soon. So cheers.